The root of David goes by the name of Jacob. Therefore, the root of David is God himself, who goes by the name of Israel. But there's people out here trying to change God's name by mixing Jesus with Judah, calling him names like Yahuwah or Yahshua. That's basically them saying Jesus Judah or Judah Jesus. When in fact, the God of Israel is the father of all 12 tribes. So that's an insult to call God's name by one of his sons' name. So let's read who would do this. Alexander the Macedonian, son of Philip, was first over Greece, and he made many wars. Then he fell sick, he called his servant and parted his kingdom among them. So who is his kingdom? His kingdom includes Rome, Jerusalem, and Egypt. And don't forget Seleucus, who was one of the kings of Greece, is also the king of Asia. And he married the queen of Syria. So that's why it says, or the Ethiopians warned you, woe be unto thee, Babylon, and Asia, and Egypt, and Syria. In other words, Ethiopian wrote the original scriptures and warned you. They also told you who God is. You are standing in the house of Jehovah, in the courtyards of our God. For Jehovah is good. Make melody to his name. For Jah has chosen even Jacob for himself, Israel for his special property. In the Ethiopian Bible, it will say the same thing. Praise ye Jehovah, for Jehovah has chosen Jacob unto himself and Israel for his own possession, and he will become Lord. So it lets you know straight up that Jacob, out of him, the root unto David. In other words, Jacob is the root of David. So let's watch facts and not fiction. Who's the real king of Ethiopia, the real king of Zion?
Show me where Jesus is the Lion of Judah. And you couldn't, you can't. It's impossible. You can explain it all you want, but it is not factual. It is not written anywhere that Jesus, the son of Joseph, is the Lion of Judah, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. It is not written anywhere. I can bring you stacks and stacks of books, non-religious books, Britannicas, encyclopedias, researchers, or anthropologists, right, who will show you that Haile Selassie is the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, written down, not by me. Now we're speaking about something that we can take as evidence, not something that we want to believe as your own fantasy, right? You fantasize that Jesus is the Lion of Judah. I'm giving you fact that Emperor Haile Selassie was the King of Kings. So I'm not talking that now.
You know, we got to stop repeating the same stuff over and over again. Just like when you tell somebody that Joseph is Moses. Because we all know that Joseph was begotten by Jacob. So from Jacob was to spring the man who won the favor of all and dared to God, Moses. So it lets you know, Jacob, God acknowledged him as the firstborn and gave him his inheritance and a division into 12. So one of his 12 sons is Moses, who also goes by the name of Joseph. But the people who change the words have you believe otherwise. So you got to be careful. Know who this guy is. This guy is the great pope, the hidden ruler of the Vatican. So the white pope may die, the black pope may resign, but the gray pope does not move. So there sits Pepe Orsini, not crowned, not named, not seen, yet he commands kings and whispers into the ears of presidents and pontiffs alike. So know where you get your information from and know who was first. So look, Ethiopia, part of Ethiopia, also known as the Kingdom of Kush, also known as Abyssinia, used to be Egypt. So Egypt used to be part of the Ethiopian dynasty. That's why an Egyptian was called a disobedient Ethiopian. Egypt itself was called the granddaughter of Ethiopia. Why? Because Ethiopia is first. So the Ge'ez language of Ethiopia is believed to be over 5,000 years, making it the oldest of all languages. While Rome was founded in 753 BC, Ethiopia had 5,500 years of BCE. while Greece was found in 1600 BC, while Jerusalem was found around 3000 BC. In other words, Ethiopia is first. That's why it lets you know the Ethiopian calendar goes back 7,500 years. So currently it's 7,517 years. In other words, the Ethiopian Bible, the Amharic Bible, was not translated out of Hebrew or Greek. It was translated from Ge'ez, the original language of the world. Follow God, not man. Don't forget, in the beginning was the Word, and it was in Ge'ez, not Hebrew.
Divine Ethiopia, see me and mount. Yes, Zion, I waterfall I found.